sectors are you looking at where you're just like, wow, this doesn't look too bad?
I think energies looks amazing. No matter if you look at
Energy?
coal, yeah, coal, or you look at what's it called? Yeah, nat gas, oil, uranium, lithium. I think everything is looking like the rotation is coming back in to energies from this big consolidation that we have had for like, or pullback that we have had for the past 18 months or so, 20 months. So
What's your favorite sector in those that
as you
you're
know,
just like
uranium is my big,
uranium?
yeah, uranium is really my big go-to guy when it comes to to be bullish on. And this is let's go to the URNM, which is we don't have that much data, but I just want to show you this
Mhm.
setup here. And this one to me looks like at some point we are going to break to the upside, because I think it has had all the attempts to break down, but it didn't from this golden trend line coming across. So I think if you can break this upper rail of resistance coming connected from this one
Mhm.
almost a touch here, and then the fourth, and I think it again if you get above the what is that 36, a weekly close above 36, this high here, then that's in my view go time for uranium and like 3 up in what we have in what started back in 2020. So
So we're just gonna launch and everything then.
yeah, exactly. If you look at, I don't want to show them here because there are quite a few, but if you look
Sure.
at a lot of the uranium miners, they are just sitting below key resistance, trying to break out, or in a falling wedge, an early wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 falling wedge, getting ready for the next leg up. Cameco is just grinding higher as it has done for the past year, and but all the smaller ones, it's trying to break out of the last resistance from the individual charts. So.
Hmm.
So it looks good. We're only like 4% away if you were to measure here, like 4 or 5% away. So
Do you think we've broken out on the other energy stocks like oil or something like that? Because I mean, sometimes those lead, and then
yeah,
uranium just lags a little bit behind it.
yeah, true. I think we can go to not Silche. That's not the correct one. I will show you. This is OIH, which is oil services, which is usually a good indicator for oil and what it is going to do in
Mhm.
like a month or two. Again, it could be lagging, but as you can see, going back, what is roughly 10 years, we have this long-term golden trend line with a perfect touch more or less all the way down, retest, and if we are zooming in, the OIH sector is indicating to me that we are again going to see oil going higher here at some point if it can get above this red resistance zone here. So it looks really good, really good. Right there it
Have you
is.
have you taken any positions on energy service or no?
No, I haven't. I'm just waiting for the breakout, but there were some that I was kind of interested into, but then I took some positions in uranium instead. So that was just my take on it. But yeah, I will look for entries when we get the final confirmation here. But
Mhm.
I think it's just a matter of time, in my view. It looks insanely good. So
What about nat gas? Because I know nat gas looked like it was bottoming like TTF or whatever,
yeah, yeah,
and
TTF, yes.
yeah,
I
like it's
actually
trying
try
to
to use
bottom.
this one more compared to the COMEX one or the US because I think it reflected more how insane the gas prices actually got in like 2 years ago. You can see the move here. It's like 10,000% move in the European gas prices. It didn't go as crazy in the US, but still they went up pretty high. But as you can see, let's remove that one. We are coming down to a long-term golden resistance. You have touched there, and I think as long as this one holds, we are going to scoop back to the upside again. Heading into the European winter here in like what is it, 3 months or so, we will start to get colder. So
Mhm.
so yeah. And again, we have the falling wedge coming down here. I could just add it for people like that. So
Mhm.
somewhat of a retest. It's a bit low. It's this move last week was just a bit lower than I would have preferred, but still, as long as we hold above the 24 level, give or take, we are all good. So
Jeez. Okay.
yeah. And
What
funny enough,
about,
I'm just gonna funny enough, everyone, the Danish media and so on is talking about the prices. Energy prices are going lower now, and we have beaten inflation. And just looking at the charts, right, that's actually typically the bottom if you look at the charts. So they never fail to pick the bottom, when they call that the inflation is over. Because when oil and gas and so on is going up again, you will see the second wave of inflation. So
and does oil also kind of agree with this? I mean, are you seeing a breakout on oil? Because
yeah, yes, I do actually.
Mhm.
Yes, I do. Just to show you the big picture. This is a 15-year long um, trend line. So actually, what we saw on gas previously, you can still see it again. The long-term golden trend line coming all the way down here, and now we are basically, in my view, just retesting that one, and we are trying to get a launch pad again, quite similar to the nat gas chart. So yeah, oil is looking good. You can see here we are trying to break out of more or less all the downtrend sloping resistances. And the last one, as mentioned, I think I mentioned that previously on your show, the 82 is a very big level. And once we get above the 82, you can see this big air gap. There's more or less nothing happening here. Everything has happened in this box right here. So 82 getting above that, then oil will go, in my view again, start to grind higher again.
Yeah, every time I look at the long-term chart like you showed me there, I just think I need to buy more oil.
Yeah, yeah,
This is such a big pattern.
yeah. It is. It really is.
It's a big
And
flag pattern, kind of.
yeah, and we haven't even reached the highs back from '08. So,
Yeah.
but it should get tested right here in this leg up for sure.
Do you think do you think the 2000 to 2008 bull market in oil was the first leg? This was the pullback in between it, and that we're in the third leg. We are just wave two of the third leg. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
Would you
overall, yeah, you could have the big move up here for leg one, and then you have
Yep.
wave two, and then possibly wave three. And
But
the way
yep.
this is, yeah, and the way that this is a correct view on things is that then you will have to get a longer term move above the all-time high for the wave four correction, and then wave five at some point. Um,
Well,
but
we're in
still,
the
there's
middle of wave three. So what we did is we pulled up in wave one of the wave three, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So I think we could go like way higher.
Yeah, we can. If I mean, oil could go a lot higher, and that's also my take on things. Obviously, there's all the guys talking that oil will go out of favor in the next 10 years, and I think we need to get. I mean, 10 years for me is not enough, and we need to take at least 50 years to get out of oil if we even at that point is able to. And again, I know that almost I think that the US is not drilling anymore, at least they not a lot. So no one is drilling for oil, and I think oil will be needed for a long time to go. And I actually read I saw a tweet, or was it in a video? I can't remember, but I think they have the overall dollars spent on solar and wind is like $4 trillion in the last 10 years or 15 years, and we have only been able to reduce the oil consumption from 82% down to like 80 or 79 or so. So only a 3% drop in the overall energy of the world. And we have spent like $4 trillion on that, on solar and wind. So yeah, it's not going away. That's my take on it.
Yeah, and I would assume as time goes on, it's harder and harder to displace oil with renewables, as we've already hit the best areas for
Yeah,
renewables for where we place them. So
exactly, exactly.
yeah,
And you also need,
of the
yeah,
sectors of oil, nat gas, and uranium, I'm guessing uranium's your favorite, but
sure.
what do you think has the largest upside and why?
I think again, I might be a bit biased, but uranium has a really good an amazing upside if you look at it from a measured move point of view. If this is the wave two, then you get the wave three like next. But I think instead of looking at uranium, we can look at lithium. I only have one position in lithium, but this is just to me an absolutely beautiful chart of lithium. And we need all the lithium we can get for batteries and so on. But this is a textbook bull flag. and I have the measured move, which is around 300, and we are at 70 right now.
Mhm.
So we are breaking out if you look at the weekly. So this could be the move where we go all the way up to 300. And again, if you were to trade this or have a stop loss in place, it's actually quite simple to put in a stop loss. And I can just show you the risk reward that you can do if you were to think that this were to going all the way up. So depending on where you want to put the stop loss, let's put it below the lows here at around here. We actually have a 20 risk reward ratio in this trade here. So you don't need to have this correct many times before you are hugely profitable. And yeah,
Mhm.
lithium is a tiny market, so you don't need a lot of money into that market before it goes absolutely ballistic.
So here's the question then.
Mhm.
URNJ or lithium? What would you choose?
I have to go with URNM because that's the sector that I think that I understand the most. And the charts also looks quite similar if you were to I can do let me show you. They are quite similar because they are energy related. So let me just quickly
I
paste this one.
said URNJ, which is the
Oh, you
junior
are in
mine.
J. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit yeah. Then I
So
have to go with
URNJ versus lithium. What would
yeah, I
you?
have to go with lithium only because the charts for UR and J is very small. It's very hard to project where it's going to go. So from that view only, I will say lithium. But if I were to choose between lithium and URNM, it would be URNM because I can see the technicals a lot better on that chart. So
I chose URNJ over all those.
yeah, yeah,
That's me.
yeah,
I'm putting some money to swing for the fences, but
yeah.
yeah.
But if I had a 10-year chart of UR and J, I would probably say I agree with you. But
Mhm.
still, it's only like it has been around for like half a year or 1 year,
Yeah.
very short time. So yeah, that's just my view. So yeah, lithium is looking good. It's a small market, so again, it can get pretty wild for sure.
Anything else that you notice in the energy markets anywhere that you like or
Uh,
dislike?
I just want to show you again. I don't trade coal at all. I just look at the charts just to see where the energy market is going, and I think oil is trying to set in some sort of low. It's trying to bounce here at the previous high back in 2011. But I do think if we get a move all the way down to the upper parallel
Mhm.
channel here, the upper trend line, that's where it is going to bottom out actually. So coal here might have a 10% or 20% drop, but then again after that coal will look insanely good once again. So again, overall
Good.
energy is looking good. It really does here. It's trying to put in a bottom, and some of them has broken out already. So
That's good.
and again, coal was the number one gainer in 2022. Coal of all. Looking at every sector all the way around more or less, coal was the big winner in 2022.
Yeah, I think we'll bottom soon, and
Yeah,
then it's going to be one heck of a entry point.
yeah, it will
It will be.
for sure.